inspections at the different police stations as part of our verification process as from the DA side. Now, in August, the DA Shadow Minister of Police, Andrew Whitfield, revealed that 76% of South African police stations did not have adult rape kits and 69% did not have the child rape kits in stock. Provincially in the Northern Cape, stats reveal that our police stations require 2,467 adult rape kits and 1,952 rape kits. However, there are a large amount of police stations with 0% for both categories of rape kits. I'm conducting oversight inspections at 0% police stations to ascertain whether they have since been stocked with kits, adult and pediatric kits. Today, I would like to brief you on how police stations in the province currently have to deal with situations of gender-based violence, with specific focus on how our police stations provide the necessary support to victims. It is true, our police stations do not have the rape kits in their possession, and this is why the Family Violence, Children Protection and Sexual Offences Investigations Unit have to drive through to these smaller towns to assist police officials with collecting evidence from victims of rape. Now, this police station that we're at is called the Galeshe Police Station, commonly referred to as the Verdam Police Station. Have to service about 5 police stations. This will include Delportswap, Buckley West, Bootstrap, Kagisho Police Station, as well as Verpan Police Station. Now, what happens is that when the victim of rape comes to the police station, one of the police stations, they have to report the matter at their immediate police station, but then the police station have to call somebody to come from Kimberley to drive all the way to Bootstrap, all the way to Delportswap, all the way to Buckley West to be able to go and assist in taking samples. Now, the stations themselves did not have the kits. They have to wait for somebody to come from the FCS to drive through and go and take them still to a doctor and so forth. And we feel there is an injustice to the victims of rape and rape survivors, because now they have to wait and wait in agony, because remember, they've gone through a trauma process. So after that, they have to wait for someone to come all the way from Kimberley. So we believe that each station should have somebody trained in FCS, and each station should actually have their own kits. Those samples must be done on site. The thing of somebody having to come all the way to Kimberley to go and assist in Buckley West or to go and assist in Delportswap, I think is purely unacceptable, and I think is an injustice to the survivors and victims of rape. It seems that police stations in smaller towns are working with the FCS unit here in Kimberley that was recently established. Although officials ensure that a female police officer is on duty for every shift, it is worrisome to note that these police stations first have to contact the FCS unit, as explained, as the officials are unable to provide those services at their local police stations. Now, although these police stations do have victim-friendly rooms, some are not sufficiently and adequately resourced. Officials have expressed their concerns with regards to how long victims have to wait for evidence to be taken from them via the rape kits. We will release a detailed press statement today regarding the findings of the oversight inspections to those police stations. I will be escalating this matter to the Office of the MEC for Transport, Safety and License, Mayor Vilakazi, Non-Tobacco Vilakazi, and all stakeholders involved, particularly the Office of the Provincial Commissioner, to make sure that this matter is addressed at the matter of urgency. And as well as from the province, we escalate this matter to our national spokesperson on police, Andrew Whitfield, who will be able to take this matter up with the National Minister of Police, Bheki Cele. Because you will remember that he revealed, as I said, in August already, and the minister, in reply to Andrew Whitfield's question in Parliament, he did indicate that by the 14th of October, 2019, all stations will be resourced with the samples. But as you hear from our visits, that is not the case. We just did the oversight visit in the police stations yesterday. The 14th was on Monday, and those stations still do not have their required staff. So they didn't meet their deadline because they could not secure the contract and deliver. And for me, what is also of a concern, the stations, that's what you got from the officials here, that they have to pick up the samples, the kids themselves from Pretoria. And for me, that's not fair. There should be a way in which the national office will disseminate the keys to the different police stations across the country, to the different stations. It is not a proper that a station must send a bakkie to go and pick up the keys in Pretoria. For me, that is just unacceptable. As the police, they must make sure that they deliver to the police stations as opposed to the police themselves going to collect in Pretoria. I thank you.